Everybody keeps asking me, who the hell are you? They always like, old man, who are you? Where'd you come from? What do you know? It's like, some people say, it's like, that I'm Elijah, one of the prophets, Other people are saying, that I'm 10 feet tall and that I can take out 12 Englishmen at a time, Some people even say that I met Kanye. But like, I'm going to say right now, do you know who I am? You want to know who the old man is? He's a dancer. Want to know what it was like to dance with Fred Astaire? Talk to me. I just saw the Infinity War. Very frightened about the one thing there, Well, what do you mean? What? Spoilers? What about spoilers? Whatever. Anyways, there's this guy, he's a big guy, big purple guy. Kind of reminds me of my friend Ned, but he like snaps, right? Does this snap of the fingers, and then it's like 50% of everybody's gone. And I'm like, what happens if he snaps his fingers again? Do we keep like dividing? Do we keep like going down from like, say, like 2 million to 1 million, 500,000 to whatever comes after 500,000? What if that happens? We've got to keep Thanos away from jazz clubs and beat poetry nights. This is like, I don't want to disappear, just because he's, he finds something hip. So, I'll wait a second. I don't feel so good. Oh no, it's just indigestion. Oh, I saw that, the Star Wars a long time ago. A faraway place. I saw it in Indonesia. Yeah, you can see a lot of the Star Wars in Indonesia. They love the Star Wars there. Yeah, it's all about like this little punk kid, right? And he's a farmer. And his family gets shot. And so he joins like the army and meets a guy who really rocks a vest. And they fight crime in space. And there's a big black dude with a glowing sword, and apparently he's bad, then he's good. Well, somebody told me that there was like these movies where he became good and then bad then good. And it's like, that's kind of cool. That's good, I guess. It could be bad. I didn't see the prequels. What are they like? The XFiles, the truth is out there, eh? If the truth's out there, why don't they come in here, Just let me know what's going on, It's like, you got that guy who, it's weird, because it's like, back then, this guy was all about finding out about these X-Files things. Now he's just having sex all the time. Now it's all like the sex files, right? So that guy should make up his mind, is it X or is it sex? That's all I want to know. Oh, and there's the cute little redhead. She was skeptical, She was a skeptic, and I was a bit skeptical as well. I was like, yeah, you know what? That chick's right. And then she was always wrong. I was like, well, what does that say about me? Am I always wrong? Does the Richard Gere-looking dude always have to be right? That's all I want to know. X or sex, man. X or sex. Man, I remember this one time I was living in this nice neighborhood, and we had this really loud neighbor. So I remember one morning I got up, and it was always in the morning. There's all this racket and noise and singing and like puppets and stuff. And so I went to my neighbor, and I was like, Fred, what are you doing? What's going on here, man? And he said that he liked me for who I was. I said, that's really nice, but I work nights, eh? So, like, could you keep it down so I could get some rest? And he said, there's nobody else in the world that's like me. And I'm like, I get it, Fred. I feel, I actually feel inspired by what you're saying, but I need to sleep. So if you could, like, I don't know what you're doing in there with the puppets and the people and the stuff, but like, if you could keep it down. And he said that he loved me. And I said, all right, fine, fuck it. There's been something that's been bothering me for over 20 years now. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. What the hell is he talking about here? What the hell does it have to do with Batman? That seal, I tell you, complex man. Riddle wrapped in an enigma. Good looking guy, though. Oh, The Goonies, I remember the Goonies. They're good enough, right? They're good enough for you and for me, right? I remember my friend Cindy was telling me about the Goonies once. I was like, well, what's up with these Goonies? Like, they're all over the place, with the Steven Spielberg and the Samwise Gamgee guy, all like small. He was a real hobbit in that movie. And Cindy's like, no, they're good enough for you. They're good enough for me. They're good enough. They're good enough. She just kept saying that. It was really weird. And I was like, hold on. Let me get out my Casio and let's see if we can make a song out of this. And next thing you know, man, we got a hit. And then they made a movie, which was surprising. I didn't know that was going to happen. You know what's the most depressing thing for me? Is that 2001, A Space Odyssey, was nothing like 2001. 2001, it was just people driving around in cars and things like that. I'm like, where's the Space Odyssey, really, Shouldn't we be, like, going to other planets and fighting with computers and, throwing, like, a bone up in the air and then it falling down and then we're different people and stuff? Like, I just wanted to do that. Stanley Kubrick is a liar. That's all I gotta say about that. He lied to me. He said that 2001 was going to be about space and long orchestration and staring. We didn't get any of that. I'm very upset about this. I would like to have my own Hal and to have him disobey me. That's all I want. My God, it is full of stars. Oh, the Robocop. Yeah, no, I saw that back in late 80s on the old pay TV. Yeah, man, I was really amazed at how cool the Robocop looked when he was taking on the OCD people. And what's weird is they did seem pretty obsessive and compulsive in the movie. So I thought that was fitting that they were the obsessive compulsive disorder company. That was good. I don't know how you'd sell that though. That'd be tough. But they appeared to be selling like big guns, like moving guns that like to shoot people. Which, I guess Detroit, you gotta protect yourself, right? It's like there's characters there, crazy characters like Kid Rock and stuff. But yeah, I really think that I look forward to seeing cops put on their robot suits and fight. Hopefully they fight the Halo guys. That would be interesting. Robocop and Halo. Robo-Halo. Yeah, no, kid was asking me if I had ever seen, action. Have I ever been hard, man? Have I ever been out there fighting it? I've had my battles. 1978, I took down Space Invaders. 1980, I faced a centipede. 1982, I was part of the Moon Patrol. I did some good work up there. 1983, I entered the Dragon's Lair and saved the princess. 1987, I took that fight to the street. Did it again in 1991. But then it wasn't good enough. In 1992, I had to take it to some Mortal Kombat. And then I find out from this kid that they got video games, all that stuff as well, so I could have just stayed at home. I get a call from my good friend Peter, and he's like, I'm making the King Kong. You unoriginal bastard. The King Kongs happened twice now. I saw the claymation guys with the people, and I saw the one with the Jeff Bridges. The Jeff Bridges, it's like, to me, there's like Laurence Olivier, Jeff Bridges. They're like the same guy. But anyways, yeah, Peter's like, hey, I'm making the King Kong. I want you to come and help out because I know you know a lot about monkeys. It was an interesting experience because they didn't have any monkeys there. They had just this guy. Looked really cool. Kind of looked like a Schmeagol golem, if you ask me. But turns out he's playing an ape, and I'm like, okay, well, wave your arms around a bit. And he did that, and next thing you know, we got a movie. I was okay with it, Not enough bananas in it, in my opinion. I think every King Kong deserves a good banana. Leon the Professional. That's the movie about the guy who likes to drink milk and save kids, right? That's what it's about? I think that's it. I remember there being Danny Aiello in it and a lot about a restaurant. I remember being very hungry when I saw that film. I saw that film in the theater. I didn't have a chance to eat yet. And they keep cutting back to this restaurant. Danny Aiello, he's never cooking anything. He's just always sitting there waiting to talk to this Leon cat, It's like he's always got a plant and he's always got some milk. I was really hungry. Even the milk was looking good. Even the plant was looking good to me. I was like, I'll eat that plant for enough money, you know? But I gotta say, one thing I learned with that film is you don't bug a guy when he's listening to Beethoven on his headphones, eh? Let that be a lesson to you all. I'm out. I went to the movies this week and I saw The Book of Henry. I didn't know that they made books as movies now. That's kind of interesting that this book is a movie. I tried to check it out at the library, but they were like, no, that's a movie. And so I decided to go to the theater to watch it. And this Henry guy, he writes a lot about like killing. There's deaths. There's a lot of death in this film. I was surprised at that. That's a lot. It's dark stuff though. You know, like I wouldn't take my kid to see that. My kid is 52 and I still wouldn't take him to see it. I'm like, God, wait till you're older. That's all I gotta say. But Book of Henry, yeah, right on. You know, The Terminator. It's interesting because I think it's loosely based on my life. I remember one time I helped out a woman. I said, come with me if you want to live. She was in a fire, but it had the same sentiment, I think, you know. It's like killer robot, small grease fire, same deal, same difference. I gotta say though, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that guy can act. My God, he is a masterful actor. The way that fear, anger, sadness, and happiness, all the same emotion to him, that is amazing. I wish someday I could aspire to be as good an actor as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That guy can make being a governor look cool.